I think it helps when you have that kind of talent pool. If you're gonna have longevity in the scene, and truly, people think that this is an overnight instant sensation. It's not like that. It takes a lot of planning and a lot of coordination.
We were a little bit of an overnight success, I will say. Prima Donna, we played one show and it was boom,
Correct.
all the time.
Correct, but I mean, and that's that's a rarity.
It took a year of preparation, but as soon as we played, it was solid from the start.
We're kind of going through that right now with Rebel Yell.
Yes.
I mean, basically, we came out the gate.
Your
full
first
tilt.
show was incredible, like stadium worthy.
Well, thank you. We still have a lot of polishing to do, and we're constantly, it's any of our bands. You're always in there polishing the product because everyone goes, "Oh, yeah, that was such a great show," and you're going, "Thank you. Let's go back and do a little more polishing." And
I do want to mention that we did have somebody who was supposed to be announcing our show this Friday. A single talent here in DFW that everybody tries to hire on to announce for their show, but unfortunately he has a show this weekend as well too.
if I was not
Mr.
playing,
Rick.
I would be announcing you guys in a heartbeat. Like I said, Rebel Yell's playing. I would be there in a heartbeat. And if you guys pair up again,
It's not a
we'll
big-
coordinate. I will mark it off because there's actually.
Maybe we'll get JJ or
I was like,
somebody
we could
else.
call the other local MC.
Yeah, let's call.
Hey,
we'll ask
JJ.
JJ. Hey JJ, would you like to
What are
MC
you
our
doing
show?
on Friday?
Can we edit that part out where they don't? Actually, you guys know JJ's a dear friend. I love it. If he can come out and do it, although I was hoping he'd come see me, but I have a feeling I know where he's going to be. It's not going to be with me. Yeah. I already know exactly where he's going to be. I'm not a fool, and that's okay, JJ. I still love you.
And actually, when you are ready,
Again, the more animated, the better. Don't be like Brian from Kill 'Em All. He was like, me and Chuck started picking on him. It was hilarious. Chuck even started it too. Chuck's like, I'm gonna be like Brian. I'm Brian. He's like, oh my god.
okay, you ready?
Yep.
And Mark.
Hi, I'm Shane. I'm from Double Vision, and this is In the Pit with Rick. Oh, I gotta do that one. That's your connections too.
I'm in the pit with Ray.
Hold on, one
That was good though. Wow, you scared me, baby. I'm telling you, I need one of the little snot suckers down my throat where I suck the snot out of my lungs.
That's why I can't hear you right now.
My son, he actually goes, you used those snot suckers on me as a kid. I'm like, oh.
Dude, stick them up your nose.
Yeah, oh,
My
suck the
son
boogers
too.
out. I loved it. And he's like, you're disgusting. I'm like,
Yeah, you are.
That's parenting.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Quiet on the set. Set quiet.
really? You want us quiet? Okay.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Get that good picture of this young man right here. Getting the close up.
You're doing away.
Do my Saturday Night Fever.
Oh my god. I was going for the baseball thing.
Yeah.
Oh, if I could do the Three Stooges, yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I'm glad I'm getting on this. You'll see that later.
Really? Can I get a booger real quick?
No. All right, here we
Great,
go.
he's got me picking my nose.
We got 10 seconds to go, Tommy. Ready?
Now your skull has ponytails.
I know, right?
10 seconds to go. All right, here we go. And Mark.
Hello, Dallas Fort Worth. It's Rick with Concert Connections.
For the Everyone's got a story. It's like it's like that taboo subject that no one talks about. So it's like the University of Minnesota helped us a lot with our adoption, and you know, through many years. So I'm like, all right, this is all going to them. So we raised, you know, like $200 and sent it to them, and they were like, now they send me mail like every week. Like, hey, got any more? But no, it was for a good cause. It was selfless, and it's kind of like I took enough money to cover my beer, which was about 90% of what I raised in tips. But no, I'm just kidding.
Hello, rock stars. It's Rick with Concert Connection. Hope everyone's doing well. And yes, we're all surviving here in Texas, and we have our masks off. Notice I don't have a mask on, which I never really do. Anyhow, and I hope you like my new spectacles. I feel like Buddy Holly. But this week, for our entertainment, we get to chat with none other than Mark Moss. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You
So,
know, ooh-wee-oo, you look just like Buddy Holly.
Ooh.
These are songs. Ooh-wee-oo, I look just like
If you
Buddy
want to
Holly.
destroy my sweater.
Was that the Green album? I forget.
No, that was the Blue album, I thought.
It's epic marketing.
Oh,
It's
God.
like the green one, the blue one. Yeah.
No, the Green album was I Want My Hash Pipe.
Oh, yeah. The hash pipe song. Yep.
Telling you. That had Island in the Sun. Oh, that had so many good hits. I love that album, actually. See, I could do a Weezer tribute because I know most of the songs already.
You pretty much know every song, right?
Well, yeah, sort of.
Well, drummers can fake it.
Whoa. Hold on.
Did I cross the line? There's
Wait,
a line and I
hold
just
on.
crossed it.
He just called drummers out like, they don't really care.
No, I'm just saying, you know, it's like, how does it go? It's like, okay, I got it.
I feel like I just got a drum lesson. And I love how guitarists are like, this is how you play the drums.
If I had a beatbox, I could I'll do the drums.
Oh my God, that's hilarious,
No, man,
dude.
I gotta give you shit.
So let me show you how we do guitars.
What key is it in? I don't care. Play that.
It doesn't matter. It's just move the fingers and it looks like we're doing something. And now all my friends that are guitarists are gonna be like, really, Rick? You just called us out like we don't know what the hell we're doing? Just saying. It looks the same every time to me. Oh my God. So let's pick on Dick for a moment. We were supposed to interview together at a certain venue. And then because stuff didn't go right, I was like, no, we'll just do a video interview. So somebody's
it got me up, it got me moving, and got me out of the house.
Call it your personalized alarm clock. Hello, I'm Rick. I'll be here every day. So Mark shows up at the venue and I'm still sitting, well, not at the venue. Just he gets to have a beer and I'm like, I'm thirsty.
No one's stopping you from having a beer, Rick.
Yeah, they've locked me in the office right now. I can't get out. The family does this every week. They lock me in the office, like, just stay in there.
Go do your thing and leave us alone.
Oh no, that's all every day. They're like, just go do your thing and leave us alone. Oh my God, dude, you look wonderful. I wish I was there. And what's funny is we've gotten together a few times lately because we've just out and about. And so can I gush a little? Am I allowed?
Is it about-
Okay, I don't care if he says yes or no. So Basket Case played St. Patty's Day at the Maverick, which happens to be where Mark is and I am not. And so we drug Mark up because I'm a huge Green Days fan. Yes, we both do Green Day tributes. I'm a huge Green Days fan. We drug him up on stage to do a couple songs with us. And I was like, oh my God, yes. And Mark's like, really? I got to play with Idiot Boy?
No, but the funny thing was, it was St. Patty's Day, and it's like the minority song is like it's just an Irish jig.
I know.
I mean, it's just everything about the song. It's like if you've ever played any Irish music or you ever played St. Patty's Day, it's like every song's in the same key and it's got the same beat and everything else. And I'm like, it's an Irish jig.
And I forgot to put it on the set list. So Mark, we say, Mark, why don't you come up and say? He's like, you doing? Like, no. He's like, you want to do that one? We'll add it really quick. So we added it.
Can you play it? I'm like, let me think. No, but I can fake it.
Wait, what? Is that the faking thing again?
It's faking thing. Yeah.
Dude,
Totally faked it.
It was greatness, though. I mean, I had a blast rocking out, and we did. It was a packed house. It was so
It was
much
busy,
fun.
Yeah. But
And
it was a Wednesday night, right? I mean,
yeah, it was a Wednesday. I don't remember
we started
Thursday.
the weekend a bit early.
I don't remember Thursday, but I do remember parts of
I
Wednesday.
used to take the Thursday after, or I mean the 18th. That was not always Thursday, but I used to take
whatever day came after.
the day after St. Patty's Day.
You're like, I need a vacation from my day of drinking. And so, yes, Mark got on stage. We had a blast. And it's funny because I had just come out to see you recently and you weren't there. We had a substitute. No, it was not a blow-up doll. It was an actual human being. Because you're now playing with Sunset Strip. Can we dive into that?
Sure. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So Mark has given up his punk rock look for spandex and long hair.
The 80s never died.
Dude,
Never
you've
went
got
away.
you've got some deep 80s metal in you. Like, just saying,
Yeah.
you could.
It's funny. It's like all growing up and everything. It's like you grew up in the 80s, right? Yeah, I'll admit it. I grew up in the 80s. But you grew up in the 80s, and it's like if you wanted to play guitar, you had to play guitar. I mean, you couldn't just drop D and chug away. I mean, you had to. Now, I'm not dissing on other genres and everything.
But no, you're right.
But it's like, hey, we're gonna start a band and we're gonna play, Crazy Train. It's like, shit, real what?
Yeah.
And it's like, even to this day, it's like trying to play Crazy Train. It's like, there's a lot of notes.
There's from as
Or
a
Van
music.
Halen. It's like,
Okay,
play
you're
band.
taking the words
Yeah,
out of
you
my
grew up
mouth.
in the 80s. You got to play Van Halen. It's like,
Yeah. So as a kid growing up, guitarists, I remember Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Steve Vai, like
iconic, right?
Yes.
George Lynch. It's all iconic rock. And you're like, and you better nail it if you're the guitarist, because other guitarists are sitting there like this.
No, they don't do that. Come on, Mark. And you think they do, but they don't, because it's funny. I think all of us, we go and listen, and I listen to drummers, and when there's drummers in the audience, I'm like, oh my God, they're doing this.
Like I just fell down the stairs with my drum kit.
No, but what they do, and I do it too, is you go see other musicians, and first of all, you're like, dude, that was awesome. Wait, I think I could play that, or he played that a little different than I would have played. Again, it's not like.
And what you always forget is like, well, maybe that was right, and I've just been listening to it wrong all this time.
Thank you. You start going, wait, am I playing that crap wrong? I got to go back and listen to that again. Like
he made that sound easy because he didn't struggle like I do.
Wait, is it that noticeable that I'm struggling?
No. It's not about you, Rick. It's about me.
Oh,
right?
oh, I'm sorry. I was in princess mode.
I
Crap.
struggle.
You don't, and that's the beauty of it. Is I didn't realize how like 80s metal, and when you get into it, first of all, I know that it's because you put on the spandex and the hair, but you're like, and I'm like,
what's funny is just growing up and playing that stuff and trying to play it. It's like, you look back and it's like, man, if I would have played like this, back in the 80s, I would have
been cool
right now, and strung out in Hollywood somewhere.
I would have been cool. Like I could have had all the chicks.
And it'd be like, what was it, Regulus, from drunk. Oh, thank you.
Wait, are you ordering more cocktails in the middle of an interview?
I was.
That's awesome.
From Badlands, though, that guy. It's like,
yeah,
it's like phenomenal, and it was just like he got taken down by AIDS, and that guy, that was, to me, that was the pinnacle of metal at that point, and then grunge came in. It's like he died and grunge came in. He filled, grunge filled a void. And I know they're like, no one hardly knows who they are, but it's just like, go listen to Badlands, their first album, and it's just like, you'll be like, holy shit. You listen to High Wire, and that's just one of those songs where you're just like, I got nothing.
Hold on, before I became a punk, a pop punk drummer, I was into like Scorpions, Rat, Cinderella, Motley Crue, AC/DC. Like, this is how I came up in music. Warrant,
when we were hair farmers, right? We all had
Yeah, that's
long
when I
ass
actually
hair,
had
we were
some.
hair farmers.
I had some hair, and then
We
I
all
moved
had
to
a lot more hair.
well,
much
you still
darker.
do. Yours is just gray. No, but then I moved to Seattle in '90, and I got into
Yeah.
I actually got into music, and not knowing the whole grunge thing. And yes, dynamically, music changed, and it went from all these bands that, you know, again, big guitar solos to that, you know, again, you're just chunking away, and it was kind of nasty and dirty. And
Yeah.
I will say that there's seeing that resurgent, because there's a wicked amount of talent that comes into play on a guitarist, all of the musicianship, but definitely guitars. I admired it. I am not coordinated enough. The strings are too tiny and close together, and I can't move like that. That's why I'm a drummer.
The frets get smaller as they go up the neck.
God, my God.
Annoying.
And so was it a natural progression to just get back into playing metal?
Yeah. You know, the funny thing was we were on like spring break, hanging out in Galveston, having a ball, and Warren, the singer in Sunset Strip, and also the other part of the duo in Arc Pirates, we played together for years. He called me up out of the blue on like a Tuesday, and he's like, "Hey man, you can you do a gig Saturday?" I'm like, "Send me a set list." And the funny thing is, it's like Warren and I had never done really a whole lot of like jamming, like full on guitars and everything else. And he was, you know, I just show up in a wig and spandex, or no, I had torn up jeans or what I had, but it's like I show up and it's like, okay, no, I had a few days to practice, and I'm like, holy shit. But ironically, it was at the Rusty Anchor where we played last night, and so that was the first, you know, it's not a dive bar. They're more of a restaurant than a bar. They're just, you know, they're close to the lake. So you got the Rusty Beagle, you got the Rusty Anchor.
Wait, is everything rusty there?
Everything's rusty, including my guitar playing, and especially on that.
Oh my God.
And I was like, God, there's so many notes, so many notes. Anyway. So
wait, sidetrack
how it
real
all
quick. Do they have good fish and chips there at the Rusty Anchor?
It's more of a Cuban fare.
Oh, okay.
So I can never remember the
Cuban sandwiches.
Yeah, well, it's more than that. It's like the empanadas or whatever they call
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. They're good.
Okay.
I had some. They're
I'll
good.
have to go up there. Anyhow, so I didn't realize that you and Warren went back that far. So that explains your whole migration into Sunset Strip.
Yeah. So it's like when I moved down here about 6 years ago, and it's like the first year I just spent working on the house that we bought, which was kind of a fixer-upper. And all I did, well, there was a lot of beer involved, and a few accidents in the home where I fell off ladders and shit. But then I decided, I'm like, okay, I need to get out. I'm going to go to some open jams. And Chris Babler plays in Babco and Rock Acoustic, along with Warren. Those guys are hosting an open jam. So I go down to Louisville and sit in on this open jam and did a few songs. And that's when I first met Warren and Chris and everybody. That's how I met John from Green Days. He was jamming. We did some acoustic stuff. And he's like, hey, that was easy. We should do something more. And anyway, that's Warren said, he's like, hey, man, why don't we do something, you know, just a duo? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. Nice. So that's kind of how that started. So.
And now you're busy as hell, because I know Sunset Strip is always playing. Like, and you guys are literally an all night.
I just got
80s.
side-eye. I just got side-eyed that I'm busy as hell.
Oh.
Side-eye. Like,
yes.
Yeah,
busy
you're real busy.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, now you guys are, I mean, being in Sunset Strip, you're doing the 80s thing. You guys are out. You do full nights.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love about it is every time I come out, and I know I'm not the only one, you guys always drag people up on stage.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Which is fun. And Carter's always like,
you've been on stage with us
many times. No, but I've been told I've been on stage. You know, that's not very funny, because it seems to become a reoccurring theme lately that I'm not remembering nights and I'm being driven home. I'm just
nowadays you're like no, I was good. I just sat there and I watched the band, and then pictures show up on, you know, social media. It's like there's you doing shots and
oh my God,
sticks or whatever.
Wait, I spun sticks. Wait, I spun sticks. That's awesome. The shots part I knew about, and it's just part of us because we're always out in the scene now. It seems like, especially with everything opening up. But you guys,
that was one of my goals actually.
is to be out.
Well, I mean, last year before the whole COVID bullshit thing, my goal was like I got to get out and support other musicians in the area and get out to some of these venues when you're not doing a gig. Get out and support them. You know, it's one thing to like promote it on social media, but it's another thing to like actually show up
to the show. Put down the Twinkies and the ho-hos. Get off
throw
the
money
couch.
in their tip jar. Buy them a shot or whatever. Yeah. And
you know what? Say that one more time, just so people hear that.
What's
Put
that?
money. Put money in the tip jar, or buy them a shot.
Buy them a shot or a drink, or get them a pitcher of water if they need water. Whatever they need. It's like,
oh my God, yes. Thank you very much. Just
drag your decrepit ass out on the dance floor and rock out, and it's like, yes.
Dude, I'm gonna go get a walker, and next time I come to one of your shows, I'm coming in with a walker with the tennis balls on it. I want some LED flashing lights on mine, and I'm gonna come rolling in there. But I want one of the ones that you can. It turns into a seat when you need a break, and you're like, okay, hold on. I got to catch my breath. Hold on. I want one of those, and I'm gonna park my shit right up front.
No, just get a scooter with like a backup beeper.
I want some of those flags like we had on our bikes back in the orange flags. And I'm going to come racing in the door. You guys are going to be like, oh, crap. Rick is here on his scooter.
Flag, baby.
I'm going to have a raccoon tail on it. Oh, my God.
Perfect.
I would say I would do the General Lee, but then I'll get yelled at by people like, that's not politically correct. I'm like,
you'd be canceled.
can I?
Don't want to get canceled.
Really? What if I jump stuff? Just a good old boy. At that point, Rick was escorted out of the club for jumping his scooter off the stage.
His General Lee scooter.
He was traveling at an incredible speed of 3 miles an hour. Holy crap. Amy, I need one now. Oh, I miss my big wheel. Anyhow, so as we now talk about big wheels, I'm going to be shopping for like a green machine later.
Don't they have like adult sized big wheels now?
Oh my God, yes. And they're motorized, and you can drift with them. Like you can slide around the corners.
You combine that with like the axe throwing trend, like an axe throwing bar with a big wheel, like motorway.
Dude, I'm in. I want
print money, make it rain.
Like, I'm going to be in so much trouble because my wife's going to be like, Rick, no more donuts in the driveway. Cops are going to show up. I'm like, dude, I'm not on public streets. It's a driveway. I own the house. It's okay. I'm allowed to do donuts here.
I live here.
I live here. Yeah, but you cannot park your car inside the family room. So you guys, and again, now, not just to turn into this, I'm going to sit in, but you are the guitarist for Sunset Strip. Like,
yeah,
that's your gig.
Well, yeah, it went from a fill-in, and then Carter was kind of like, hey, man, it's like, we got a few gigs coming up. Can you do them? And we could really use you in the band. And I'm like, this was like March of last year. So I'm like,
let me check my calendar.
I'm like, I could do the next 3 gigs. Let's play it out and see how it goes. And, you know, it's like, you know how it is playing with any band. It's like you're either in the pocket or you're just.
Or you're not.
Yeah, there's just all sorts of mayhem going on. And we had some moments in that first gig where we were right in the pocket. And then it was like 6 shots later.
We weren't.
Like, that song's an A? And a G, you know, and there's moments like that where you're like, oh God, did anyone record that? Please.
Yes.
Don't. And there's always the one guy putting it like Facebook Live. You're like, oh shit.
Hey, Smile, you're on the tequila cam.
It's like, you caught that train wreck on social media. Thank you so much.
Please escort him from the club.
but it worked out, you know, and then COVID came and a bunch of gigs got canceled, and we got together and we got a different bass player. We got it just things moved, and
I do like your bass player, by the way. He is cool.
Oh yeah, Pablo.
I like Pablo. I'm just saying. You guys have a good lineup. You guys, it seems like you are becoming a very cohesive family.
He looks
and
like
that's really
Jennifer Aniston if Jennifer Aniston had a beard.
Oh, Pablo, I'm so sorry, dude. Because now when I see you, Pablo, please don't be mad. but if I call you Jennifer, it's his fault. I'm blaming Mark for
The
everything.
guy can bench press a truck. He's like huge, so I can only talk trash when he's not here.
Hey Jennifer, can you? Oh my God, Pablo's gonna beat the crap out of me. I can't go out anymore. Sorry, my time in the scene has come to an end. I cannot go
Wait.
out.
You call me Jennifer Aniston? No, sir.
No, I
sir.
said you were a hotter Jennifer Aniston, like with a beard.
Jennifer Aniston had a.
But no, you guys. I mean, it is a fun party every time you guys get out,
It's,
and I'm
it's
glad to see
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it.
The 80s, it's like, for those that were privileged enough to live through the roaring 80s, as they call it, it's like, it was like anything goes. There was no judgment. It's like you could wear stupid hair. It's like colored hair. Yeah. That's been
Could.
around forever. Wear crazy clothes.
Could.
Yeah. Makeup.
Could. You mean you still? Oh, makeup. Wait, I still got that part. Yes, no, I did. I was out last night. I didn't take
Only
any
because
makeup.
you're on a podcast. You got to make the eyes pop a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's what
You
it
gotta do
is.
something.
Yeah,
Are you
sure.
wearing lipstick?
That's another issue. We're not talking about. That's a whole
Anyway,
other
what I was
topic.
saying. No, the 80s. It's like you go back and you watch some of those videos. It's crazy. It's like, I mean, flock of seagulls, the hair. I mean, anything goes, right?
Pretty much.
And it's like the crazier the better. And then it's like I'm not dogging on the 90s. When the 90s came around, it's like, yeah, we're counterculture. We're not doing any of that. And
Really? That was planned?
I don't think it was planned at all. I think it just kind of was.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Oh my God. Now,
And it's the natural progression of music. It is. But it was cool, like revisiting that scene or that era. The Whiskey Go Go and Sunset Strip, Tinseltown.
love it.
It's
And
just crazy.
you guys do a great job of bringing the party. I mean, like you guys.
That's kind of that's the mode. It's like if you show up, if you're gonna go see an 80s band, any of the 80s band, it's like you go see Metal Shop, the M80s, or any of these 80s. It's like you're gonna know the songs.
Yep.
You're gonna be singing along.
All
you're
night.
gonna be like, God, I hated that song. You're gonna
Now I love
every
it.
lyric because you know it. And it's shameless in so many ways, but it's fun. It's it's kind of a not a renaissance, but it's just a going back to memories. It's like music always takes you to a place, right? Where it's like it takes you to a place where you remember things, or it marks side markers, or just milestones in your life. And music always takes you back to that. And
I hear
for us, it takes you back.
If I hear the outfield, Josie's on a vacation. I was living in Bermuda. Okay, I lived there for 3.5 years. I was in high school. Takes me right back to high school immediately.
Yep.
I'm on the beach in Bermuda during the summer, drinking beer with my friends. If you play Teen Spirit by Nirvana, I was in Seattle.
You know where you were.
And again,
Yeah.
I know exactly where I was, what I was doing.
Yep.
If I hear "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" by Drowning Pool, it immediately again brings me to Dallas again, because we were in the midst of moving down here. That had hit, and I have the whole association with me moving from Seattle and coming to Dallas. That's certain songs just do that to you.
Yep, it take you back. The first time you heard the song, you remember it. It's like, I'll never forget. It's like growing up. It's like I was totally into like Zeppelin and the Stones.
Oh yeah,
classic rock and stuff. It's like, and every time it's like I'd hear a song, the same thing. It's like you remember where you were, what you were doing, the car you were driving, and what which is amazing because I can't remember lyrics. But you can. I remember I was driving a blue and white pickup truck I borrowed from my grandpa when I heard this song.
Dude, if I hear "Heartbeat City" by the Cars, that takes me back to riding the school bus in middle school. 1984 Van Halen. I was in middle school. I remember that, and that was like, holy crap! And I know, guys, I'm old. I get it, but it takes you immediately back to the summer. When that came out, and in the fist fight, you got your butt kicked. Because you thought you were maybe. I know somebody that happened to. I'm just saying. And jump is all you can hear in your head as you're getting pounded. Maybe I hate that
This had a
song
good
now.
soundtrack to my ass beating. But
Oh my God. I am so lucky to have gotten my butt whooped to that album. That is awesome, man. Oh my God.
to that point, though, it's like when John asked me to join the Green Day tribute, right?
Oh, yes.
It's like everybody, it's like during that grunge era, it's like we all heard enough, Pearl Jam and,
Yep.
and Nirvana and everything. Like,
Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Mudhoney,
I was living in Chicago at the time, and it's like it was huge.
Smashing
and,
Pumpkins.
And yes, and the funny thing I was just talking about last night, it's like this is before you could like play CDs in your car. You could like get a CD player that converted to your tape deck.
Tape deck with the wire coming out.
But it would still bounce and skip.
Yeah.
So it was pointless.
Yeah.
And so you just had to listen to the radio, and you were subjected to whatever they played, and it was all that era.
Yep.
And I heard the only reprieve was occasionally, like Soundgarden killed it.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains, some Nirvana, some Pearl Jam, but it's like Green Day came on, and it's like, God, I hate these guys, but that's really.
Oh, I loved them.
I know, and then it's like the more I heard it, I'm like, when I heard the unedited versions of their songs, I was like, yeah, this is cool. So
yeah.
when they asked me to do it, I was like, okay, yeah, all right, I'll play some Green Day. I've heard all these songs, but we went deep, like we were talking about doing the whole Dookie album. It's like deep tracks, deep cuts, and
Pulling Teeth for me is everybody likes Chump or I'm Pulling Teeth. That is like, I know we all know Basket Case, Longview, but I'm telling you, for me, Pulling Teeth was that era for me. That's the song that hooked me.
Yes.
And
and
again,
all the harmonies, there's harmonies, it's tight, and the guitars are dry as shit.
Yes.
And that's the part I respected. And learning those songs, I was kind of like, this, I didn't give them the credit or the respect that was due, because all of a sudden I'm trying to play all these songs, and it's like there's a lot of down picking as a guitarist. You're a drummer, I know you don't understand, but it's like a lot of down picking.
I don't understand the words coming out of your mouth.
It's like jackhammer, man. It's like it looks vulgar on screen.
Well, you said jackhammer.
Back to that whole Pornhub thing.
Oh my God! But it's funny.
You have your channels, I have mine.
It is, yeah. Mine are all screwed up. And but that's part of it. And yes, everybody knows we both love Green Day, but they were different than everything else that was out there. And I will tell you, I'm jealous. I've said it, and a lot of people know this. All-time #1 favorite band, Smashing Pumpkins. If I could only pick one album, Siamese Dream. If that's the last album I could listen to, and I love Green Day. I love the Police.
Yeah.
Those are my top 3. Holy crap! I would have been at every gig for the Pumpkins had I been in Chicago. And I knew you were from up there. I don't think we've ever really talked about it. I would have lived at every one of their gigs. Every one of their gigs.
I never caught them in Chicago. I know. Terrible.
Oh my God. And actually it's funny because I would love to talk to Jimmy Chamberlain, because he is one of my inspirations. I will never be the drummer he is, but I just love listening to him play. And if you listen to his stuff when he does motivational speaking, wicked nice, wicked talented, very educated.
Yeah.
Man, I'm jealous of you all over again, asshole. Oh, wait, can I say that? Oh, my Lord. But one of the other things I want to talk to you about is, and you and I could do a whole nother show just talking about Green Day. But I really wanted to talk to you about during COVID, which I heard something about this COVID thing. It didn't really affect me. You did a lot of acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
And you aired it live. Okay. And I know a lot of people were live streaming. A lot of my friends and their bands were live streaming regularly. You were too, but you did it a little bit different than everybody else. You were live streaming for 2-3 hours at a time.
Yeah.
And you were raising money for different causes every time. And I'm going to tell you, I loved you anyhow, but you absolutely gained a huge chunk of my heart because you were raising money for causes, and it wasn't about you. It's I'm going to play my music for everyone. Donate some money because we're going to give it to. You did one for animals. I remember that one caught me. You did one for veterans, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
I mean, where did you how did you get involved in those causes and say, hey, I'm going to get on live stream play, but I'm going to raise some money for people? I mean, tell me.
A lot of people, it's like I saw some people doing like live streams, just the online thing, because everyone was sheltering in place for 15 days to flatten the curve. 15 days. And here we are a year later.
I was gonna say I don't have enough fingers then because I ran out. I'm using other things to count now. Whoa.
11. Anyway. No, it's like they were doing that, but it's like, truth be told, it's like you've got your day job. You play music because it's your passion.
100%.
So you weren't doing it because all of a sudden your tour got canceled, like the guys in Seether and all the touring acts. They're kind of like, I lost a year of income.
Yeah.
They got screwed. And I thought, this would be fun. And I had a lot of friends online back, in Iowa, Chicago area that are just kind of like, hey man, we miss you, play something. So the first one was just like, I'll just turn on my computer, and just play. And it was fun, but it was kind of garbage because
it was a little rough.
Issues,
I caught that. I caught that. That was a little rough, but it was like, I loved it. But
then after that, I was kind of like, other people were saying, man, I made, X amount of dollars. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm like, how about this? We donate it to a cause or, I, kind of a background on me. I'm adopted. My son's adopted. Adoption.
I'm adopted.
Deep. You are? Okay.
I'm my dad. I know my mom. I don't know my dad. But my stepdad adopted me. So
everyone's got a story. It's like it's like that taboo subject that no one talks about. So it's like the University of Minnesota helped us a lot with our adoption and through many years. So I'm like, all right, this is all going to them. So we raised like a few $100 and sent it to them, and they were like, now they send me mail like every week. Like, hey, you got any more? But it was for a good cause. It was selfless, and it's kind of like I took enough money to cover my beer, which was about 90% of what I raised in tips. But no, I'm just kidding. It's like no, but
wow, that was one expensive beer.
But doing that, and it's like I'm a dog lover too. It's like all my life I love dogs, and it's like so. The Vets for Dogs, did a thing for them and sent them some money. And some weeks I did that about 3 times. And the first week was a lot of money. It's like I set up like a direct thing, and the one week it's like they got $5.32. Like no one contributed, and I was like, it's still $5.32 more.
Bingo.
And it's like, and it was for disabled vets and dogs that for mostly PTSD stuff. So I'm like, I can get behind that.
In the future, if you want to put a benefit together, I'll tell you here, I'll tell you now, I'll tell you publicly. I am 100% on board. I'll help you. I'll help you promote it. I'll get involved. I'm a monster dog lover. All my dogs are adopted. They're all mutts, just like me. And I'm diehard. No, I'm big sentimental. I like dogs more than I like most people. And I'm just saying. And I also
they can't
believe
talk back to you.
Oh no, they talk back. Mine do anyhow. We have wicked great conversations, and I always lose. I'm like, you two are ganging up on me. Stop. You're hurting my feelings. But also because I come from a military family, and I have a lot of friends that are in the military. I'm definitely for the veterans. If you do any of those causes, you call me. I will definitely help you promote it because, oh my God, they're great causes. Great causes.
So that one was America's Vet Dogs.
Nice. That's even better. 2 for 1.
Free plug.
That's awesome.
If only 6 people watch this, that was.
You're gonna have more than 6 people watch this. Definitely. I'm in. In fact, you know what? I want to get together sometime. I would be even happy just you and I jamming. I would do an acoustic thing, jam with you to raise money.
You want to do like a Tiffany tribute or something like that? Britney Spears, maybe?
I think we're alone now. Oops, I did it again. Oh, wait, are you going to dress like Britney? Dude, that is hot. That is hot. I'm impressed.
I'm going to have to get to the gym if I'm going to do that.
It's not that I need to slim down. I just need bigger breasts.
Exactly.
We can get you a push-up.
One of
It's
those
okay.
push-up things.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Mark, I've been way too long that I wanted to do this. Thank you for being my guest. Will you do it again? Sooner than later?
Heck yeah.
We'll get in some trouble. We'll talk off screen about some stuff. Definitely. please let me know. I'm in. And
All right, man.
next time I'm coming to a Sunset Strip show, Sunset Strip. Yeah. Say that 3 times fast after you've been drinking. Next time I come to a Sunset show,
We'll
I
pull
have
you
to
on
check-
stage again.
Well, I just got to make sure that you're going to be there that night. Like, I mean, you're so busy, you have to get a sit in.
Sometimes we get fill-ins. Like last night, we had Jet Desmond from the
I know.
GNR Experience.
Nice.
Yeah. He filled in on vocals because Warren had something else going on with his bad company,
Nice.
Babco
Nice.
tribute down at
Nice.
Diamond Jim's. So it's like, but when I can't do it because I have another gig, they get
Yeah.
someone to fill in, and it's you check your ego at the door, man. It's like, yeah, that's cool, and it's such a relief to being able. It's like if you can't do a gig, the show goes on, and you're not like holding everything up, and those guys are still jamming, and music's still live and going on. You know,
I'd say that to
opposed-
the guys in basket case. I'm like, hey, if you want to take a gig and you can't, you get a replay. They're like, no, we're not doing it without you. Rebel Yell, they've had Sammy Joe Bishop sit in for me because I was out of the country, and it's like, no, the show's going to go on. I'm like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
it's if I need to be replaced, just let me know. We're good. And everyone's always like, no, it's
So did you
this
get
is
kicked
your-
out of the band after that? Or?
no,
You
it wasn't.
haven't
It
heard
wasn't
yet?
that got me almost kicked out. It was just my big mouth that. No, it's we have
You
a you know,
kept talking. Did they give you a microphone?
only if they're not smart. It's great because when I MC events, I'm like, you idiots, you let me have a microphone.
You gave him.
You willingly gave me control.
Give him some Ritalin now. Stat. Calm him down.
And I need a shot. Give me some Ritalin and a Vegas bomb, and we're good. I mean, just say it. Oh my God. Thank you for being my guest. I want you to come back. Promise.
Anytime, man. Always a pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you all for tuning in again. There's another week of your life. Well, it probably felt like a week. It was only really like 20 minutes or a half hour or something. I don't count. I'm just a drummer. But there's part of your life you're not getting
After
back.
we edit out all the profanity and vulgarity,
There's 1
be
minute
about
of your life
3
that you
minutes.
don't get back. Thank you for tuning in. If it's a first time, if you're a first time viewer, thank you for tuning in. I hope we didn't scare you. Go to Facebook, like us, invite your friends to like us. If you're in a local band and you want us to promote you, post your shows there, send it, put it in our concert calendar. If you're a fan looking for live local music, go to our calendar. I am now doing the weekly concert calendar, separate show. Go watch it. You'll see I will announce the top shows, but I also have a link where you can see the entire lineup. Please use it. Find music, promote music, get out there, go see live local music.
yes.
You can also follow us because we're on iHeart Radio, Spotify, obviously Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We also have a Roku channel and an Amazon Fire channel. If you cannot find me, you're not looking. If you did find me and you're scared, well, you shouldn't have looked. Yeah. Why did you look behind the curtain? I told you there were bad things back there. Don't look under the bed if you don't want to see the monster.
Exactly.
That's why I don't look under the bed. I know he lives down there. I'm just not looking. And I'm not putting my feet off the floor because he's going to grab me and suck me under. And yeah. Oh, this isn't
I've
therapy.
seen
Is
movies
it?
like that. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
It's
called
like
Every
you
Day.
could maybe consider kicking around like doing an app. It's like I literally had a guy saying, "Hey, you play live music. You know, where it's like me and my wife want to go see live music on a Thursday night. Where can I go?"
It's funny you say that, Mark, because if you go to inthepitwithrick.com, download our app. There's a concert calendar right there. Open it up, use it, post your stuff there, look for stuff there. You can also watch the
That was
show
a really
there.
good segue. And
I
didn't
love
get
that.
Paid for that.
Thank
was
you
like a
so
shameless
much,
plug.
Mark. We will make sure we get you a beer for that plug. We appreciate it. But yes, In the Pit with Rick, it's a free app. Tell us what you guys think. Use it. Tell us how to tweak it. We'll make it more user-friendly for you. And there you go. You should be able to find live local music wherever you are. And that's our whole goal here. Get you out in the seats, or better yet, get you in the pit and get to see some live local music. So
And think about the people that are working in the bars. I mean, they make what, a couple bucks an hour, and they live off tips.
So-
And they've been, for a year they've been struggling. So
get
it's
out.
like now that they've lifted all these restrictions, I'm like,
Yep.
it's prime time. We all get out.
Drink a lot and tip heavily right now so they can
Tip
get
heavily.
back on their feet. Because seriously, without the clubs, we don't get to put music on stage. So
Yep.
make sure you take care of them. Mark, thank you again for being my guest. We'll have you back soon. I
Yes.
am Rick. This is Mark. You've been on Concert Connection, and we will see you in the pit.
In the